Lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. Yes, this world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Yeah, another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know, we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. Yes, this world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Yeah, put a little love in your heart. Yeah, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. You ready, Eileen? You guys stand, whatever you're comfortable with. We're going to do our opening song. Spirit is in this place. And we have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise a roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. And we sing in celebration. Of prayer, namaste, amen. And we affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise a roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Come as you are.
Good morning. I have to shout out Reverend Bobbi because she can shake a tambourine like nobody's business. That was impressive. My name is Gina Overholtz. It is my honor to serve as one of the practitioners here at the Pacific Coast Center for Spiritual Living. I'd like to invite our Sunday service practitioner, support practitioner, Pam Watanabe, to bring up the candle. I'm a little nervous tonight.
I'm gonna let it this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
This light represents the light that we are as a community. Just as a lit candle is not diminished in any way when it lights another candle, we are able to freely share our light with everyone we meet. We have a new affirmation today, so please join me in saying, we rise together as love in commitment to one another and ourselves. We rise together with intention to learn about ourselves and each other. We rise together. As we gather in spiritual community, let us pause to just be here now. In this present moment, in this beautiful space, knowing that each one of us is an expression of the divine, we are in that place of knowingness, of communion, in a center that nurtures and supports our spiritual growth and development. We give thanks for this community, which values and demonstrates extraordinary respect, compassion, safety, and accountability. For all of this and more, I say thank you, and so it is.
Greetings, good morning, and welcome, everybody. Yeah. And to those of you online in our connected community, I see us all as explorers and seekers, and today we meet together for a spiritual resupply on this journey we call life. Anyone is experiencing a full 2024 already? I mean, it felt like it's going for me. Okay, yep, me too. I'm Keith Watanabe, a community member and a volunteer, and there are many contributing to this service in front that you'll see and many behind the scenes. You just saw our practitioners, Gina and Pam, but before the service, practitioner Janice Guevara held a pre-service meditation from 10:20 to 10:45. For those of you that want a little bit more, come by about 10:15 and get some of that. Behind us, in the building behind us, we've got Wanda Arcala, who's also a practitioner, who is with our youth. Literally behind us, we've got John and Matt doing some AV magic and streaming magic. Thank you. Also behind the service production, we've got Carol Ann, we've got the ever popular Eileen C. Davis, and we've got a welcome team that's here for you early. We've heard some beautiful music from Melissa Lewis. Thank you, Melissa. And delivering our message today, Senior Minister, Reverend Bobbi Becker. It's a new day and new beginning. Please welcome to the platform, Leadership Council President and Practitioner, Debbie Ann Volks.
Thank you, Keith. My name is Debbie Ann, and I am a proud board member here at the Pacific Coast Center for Spiritual Living. It is my pleasure to serve the community. First thing we're going to do today is read our mission statement, so I'd like you to read this along with me. Through mindful and respectful exploration, we are creating a healthier foundation that supports and engages a whole beloved community, equipped to launch new strategies for a thriving spiritual center. That just feels good. Okay, on for some community announcements. Okay, next Sunday after service, all Namaste members that are present will vote. And the reason we're voting is that we are getting so close to completely unifying this community. And we had to dissolve one entity. And since we're physically in this space, it made more sense to dissolve the Namaste side of our community. So next Sunday, directly after service, we're going to have a vote to affirm and just gently dissolve the Namaste. It's the business side of the community, nothing more than that. It's just so we can move forward with banking, that type of thing. So if you're a Namaste member, it's important that you're here next Sunday after service so you can vote on this. Okay, tagline. We're working on our new tagline for our beloved community. Also, after service, briefly next week and on the 28th of January, as well as February 4th, Reverend Bobbi is going to lead us in a talk and discussion in creating our tagline. Okay, the third Saturdays of every month, our beautiful Reverend Juanita, who I think there's a birthday for Reverend Juanita as well. Yes, Reverend Juanita holds a discussion group on Zoom about spiritual eldering, and you have to have someone with a lot of wisdom to head up this group, and there is an awful lot of wisdom with Reverend Juanita. So absolutely join this group. It's great. It's good discussions, and you know, we're all, well, I can speak for myself. I'm kind of inching up, a little bit in the eldering section. So if you're anywhere near that, it's important. Okay, we have an exciting offering coming up on Saturday, January 27th from 1 to 4 p.m. Danny Michaels, who is an angel medium, is going to be here. He's going to do a workshop about communicating with your angels. And no experience necessary. I've met Danny Michaels, and it's absolutely fascinating. It's very interesting. So if you'd like to join that, please sign up. Our new educational offering for the beginning of this year is Spiritual Principles and Practices. This is really important if you want to renew or reinvigorate your understanding of spiritual principles and practices, or if you're brand new to the community. This is a required class for membership. It's 4 weeks of class. It's with Reverend Bobbi Becker, starting January 30th through February 6th, or actually January 30th, February 6th, the 13th, and the 27th. These are Tuesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. on Zoom. And this class is $80, and you will learn all about this philosophy, the beginning of understanding what we believe. Okay, finally, thank yous. I want to thank Reverend Veronica and Valerie for the great job they did on our workshop at the beginning of the year. It was on visioning and I've heard from people that were there, it was fabulous. So thank you. Nice round of applause for them. A big thank you. Now, this is exciting. So the board has been working, as I said, to unify completely the business side of our centers. And F&M Bank was the chosen bank for Seal Beach for many years. But when we decided to pick a bank, we wanted to look at all of our options. And Reverend Bobbi and Floranne spoke with F&M, and when you look at their website, they had nothing on there about an anti-discrimination policy. It was very outdated. It did not include the LGBTQ community. They had nothing on there, and so we questioned them. Reverend Bobbi and Floranne did, and said, you know, we're trying to choose you as a bank, but we're not seeing that you are supporting of our community at large, and also our beloved community here at Pacific Coast. And they met with the vice president and someone from marketing, and so they said, okay, we'll look at this. So about a couple, I want to say maybe 2 weeks later, they came back and said, we have completely updated our policies. It's now on our website, and would you continue to bank with us? And so that's huge. That is huge. Yes. Big, big. And this is everything. Their anti-discrimination policy was so old, it didn't include much of anything. So I want to say thank you to F&M Bank. Thank you to Reverend Bobbi and Floranne for opening that crucial conversation. So we have chosen F&M, and we're proud to do that. And so, yeah, thank you. And my last announcement is going to be about our beloved fellowship team. We would like to remind you that it's very important to sign up for not just bringing dishes, but actually the most important thing is for setup and cleanup. And I don't see anybody signed up. So I'm going to pass this around and ask if you would all please serve the community that serves you by signing up. Thank you.
So I invite you guys to settle in as we sing our family blessing prayer. And if you all probably know, it's a call and response through the chorus. So please sing nice and loud. God is love, God is grace. Speak our prayer in this place. We give thanks, we give praise for the blessings of this day. For grandparents with loving trust, all who teach and mentor us, for everyone who lead and guide with patient hearts and sacrifice. God is love, God is grace. Speak our prayer in this place. We give thanks, we give praise for the blessings of this day. For sister and brother too, for those aground who lead and form heart, mind, and soul, that we may grow. God is love, God is grace. Speak our prayer in this place. We give thanks, we give praise for the blessings, for our families, for our friends, for everything of this day.
So what do we believe? It is fundamental to the philosophy of the science of mind and spirit, writes Ernest Holmes in Can We Talk to God, that there can be no cause without an effect, no effect without a cause, even as there can be no inside without an outside, no outside without an inside, or a stick with only one end, which I really love. You could make a rap tune out of that. And what does this mean? In the beginning, God. We assume the absolute or first cause to be pure intelligence or pure consciousness, pure spirit, all-inclusive, everywhere, infinite. A consciousness that is aware of itself, a consciousness that spoke us into being, such is the power of the word. Every spiritual philosophy shares this perspective, every single one, worldwide, throughout history. In the beginning, God. A universal consciousness that we know in our bones, within our nature, is a reality which knows no difference between itself, our own individual consciousness, and the great self, the universal consciousness. This is the indwelling I, the I am of the Father and I are one. It is done unto you as you believe, and it is not I, but your faith that has healed you. And here's the best part. We can access this pure intelligence, this perfect consciousness, this pure spirit, this good. We are of it. We can unify with it. We can speak our word, and that word is good. As Ernest Holmes said, there is a force for good, and you can use it. I was reminded of the fact that cultures throughout history share this belief, awareness, and certainty of a universal consciousness. I grew up with, we are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord, we are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord, and we pray that our unity may one day be restored, and they'll know we are Christians by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. And I love this and was surprised to feel that unity because I grew up in the Catholic Church. And you could change Christians as kind of a long thing to say, they'll know we are religious scientists or whatever by our love. But anyway, I just really love that and was kind of surprised to go back to that statement that we are one in the Spirit. So in mental and spiritual healing, the supremely important thing to emphasize is the presence of good and its perfect unity within the individual. The secret of spiritual power is a consciousness of one's union with the whole and the availability of good. So I'd like to take a moment to pray to restore our unity, that we are one in the Spirit. I recognize that God is all there is. There is no spot where God is not. God is peace. God is love. God is wholeness. And as God is peace and love and wholeness, I am peace, love, and wholeness. I unify with God now. There's no separation. Spirit and I are one. As this is the absolute truth of who I am, so it must also be the truth of humanity, of each human being dwelling on this planet. I speak my word with authority, and I declare this truth. Humanity is peace. Human beings know with every fiber of their being the truth of peace and love and wholeness. And human consciousness knows and is manifesting in every aspect of its being and throughout the world this peace, love, and wholeness. And I give thanks for knowing this truth, that humanity is one in the Spirit, one in peace, love, and wholeness. And I release these words into the action of the law, knowing it is good and very good. And so it is.
This is one of those moments when all that really matters is crystal clear. We are woven together by whatever threads of life that have brought us here. We are stripped of all our layers. We are getting to the core. Tell me something real and nothing more, 'cause I don't know why, and I don't know how. Well, I don't know where. Maybe all I know is now. So I'm here between the bookends of everything that was and what will be. Yeah, there's a wealth of information, not so many answers, it seems to me. So I face the unfamiliar, nothing is clear. Only blind and faith can carry me from here, 'cause I don't know why, and I don't know how. Well, I don't know where, baby. All I know is now. Oh, hold my hand and hold this moment. Time sure feels precious, don't it? Life is changing, this I know, 'cause I don't know why, and I don't know how. Well, I don't know where. All I is now. All I know is, all I know is, all I know is now.
Did you like how she just stealthily did that? You gotta love that. So I have this great idea. I am so excited because I'm sure it's gonna work. How many of you know, how many of you have seen Mount Baldy on your way going east, right? So I have this idea. So one, see this? Okay. So one, I've decided that I can do it with one boot. Even though I have this one, I can do it because this boot is more than adequate to cover me. Yeah? Yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah, no. Now, the other thing is if I get tired, I have this really great hiking chair, so I know this will support my journey, right? Right? I have trekking poles because that cane right there that I've been using, it's probably not enough, but this will work. You guys don't seem to believe me. And this is enough water. Oh, wait. I brought two. Right? And just in case, I brought some electrolytes that I'll use in one of them. I don't know what's the matter with you people. I've got the equipment, right? I'm just guessing there's a lack of belief. Why don't you believe me? I'm going to affirm until the cows come home that I can hike all the way up to Mount Baldy like this. Why isn't it going to work? What? Not enough? Not enough what? I need a scarf? Super good, right? That's it. Oh my gosh. I've hiked to Mount Baldy before. What's going on here that might not be my best edge here? This? Maybe I need a little more healing to approach that, right? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a pill isn't going to cut it, or maybe just thinking I can do it. Maybe my head isn't exactly in the space to know yet, right? No matter what I think I can do here, I need to listen. Maybe this isn't all there is. Maybe my friends would stop me on my way out today and say, hey, Rep Bobby, we're going to nail those feet down before we let you go up Mount Baldy. That's no small feat to hike up there. No pun intended. Yeah. In the beginning, every beginning of the year, what we do is we reflect on what we teach here. For those of you that are new, you get a little bit of dose of what it is we do teach here. And for those of you that walked in the door today and go, what do they teach here? We do not sacrifice goats. No matter what someone down the road says. It's pretty simple. And this philosophy was designed to enhance a belief system that's already supporting you. It's not a religion. That's not what we teach. We don't have a dogma. We don't have the salvation model, which kind of works really good from a marketing standpoint. You know, you better do this or you're going where you don't want to go, right? I grew up with that one. But what's really interesting, and I love how Gina just set me up beautifully, is that every faith tradition says in the beginning, God. Now, what God is, there's the question. We don't teach you what God is. We teach you an idea of what we believe the essence of God is. Generally, if you ask me, I don't believe that God is a deity or an entity. It's a verb. It's the action of the universe. And, you know, I grew up Mormon, so to go from there to here is like climbing Mount Baldy. But what I really love about what we teach is the fact that I remember seeing this in the Science of Mind book. And when I read it, I was both disturbed and elated. This was one of the books that I first got. See this? This would tell me not to read it, like, right? And then when you start to read it, you go, what in the world? The language is so old. And we've even updated it as a movement, which is still old. So, and it really takes some time with it to kind of know what this might mean. But one of the things that hit me when I first came into this philosophy, which was over 20 years ago, was this. We've put together all findings which contribute to the establishment of our relationship with the universe, to the end that we may be able to apply our spiritual understanding to the everyday problems of life. This is something that Ernest Holmes spoke to in the 30s, that he's really trying to look at. People felt that they could not change their stars, that what you were born with, at least what you thought you were born with, the conditions of life that you were born into was the place in which you were destined to stay in. Health and poverty were sort of the conversations of the day. And to even imagine that so think of it, I grew up with, if my prayer isn't answered, it's because I'm not praying right or that I'm not worthy. That is one mind messed up right there. Because the sense was that somehow I'm doing it wrong and therefore that's why life is the way it is. And I was looking at what was going on in my family and I was thinking, man, we are doing something wrong here. Anyone else feel like that? We are doing something wrong here because this stuff sucks. And it just continued to be that. So what I didn't, as a child, you're kind of like, why is it like this? And you just really start to gain this belief that the universe is not a friendly place. And that some people get it and some people don't. And I'm on the don't side of things. And I think that that is a universal kind of feeling, right? We look at others that may have more money, that may be more beautiful, and we think, wow, why don't I have what others have? Why don't I feel what I think others feel? And one of the things that in the Science of Mind book is that really hit me too was to suppose that the creative intelligence of the universe would create anything in bondage and leave it bound would be to dishonor the creative power we call God. Why would an entity leave us in bondage? And that spoke to me because I thought, well, a loving God and I felt I didn't feel free. How does that work? Why would anyone do that to his children? Made no sense to me. And yet this is what it is, so it must be that. And most often what I came to learn and understand is that my perception of God was my perception of my parents. Which they don't know what they're doing. He doesn't either. That's all I could get to, right? That was my logical conclusion. They're doing their best. He's doing their best, but he's infinite, omnipotent, knows everything, all those things. How could that be? And here I'm having this experience. And I'm praying all the time. I was a praying kid. So, Science of Mind was an outgrowth of a philosophy that allowed me to understand that my mental experience was also creating the world outside of my mental experience, because I was continually affirming the very conditions that I was growing up. And it wasn't even just the conditions. It was my perception of the conditions that I was growing up in. And that as long as I continued to have that perception of the conditions of my life, I can't change it, because I believed that I couldn't change. I thought I was broken, and therefore life's broken. And so that belief carried me through my life. I just thought that was the way things were. So what really became important to me, and what really resonated for me, was that this philosophy that we teach, which is our beliefs create the things in our life. My beliefs also create the things in your life, by the way. Your beliefs create the things in my life. We don't operate on an island, do we? I create conditions. I can affect everyone in this room by what I believe, which is why collectively we have tremendous power. And so what Science of Mind is a practical sense of saying my beliefs create, it's actually, you've heard that our words create our life. What are our words? Where do they come from? Thoughts. And where do our thoughts come from? Our beliefs. And where do our beliefs come from? And parents, culture, society. The news is my favorite place as an adult, right? And I don't know what I don't know, and so therefore what's really important is to understand that these tools I have, which are all great and are going to get me somewhere, if I don't know how to use them, I can put myself into a mess of hurt, as my grandmother would say. One boot isn't going to cut it, even though that boot is made for that. The poles are wonderful, but they're not getting me up Mount Baldy if I don't have two boots. And, oh, by the way, do you think these pants would make it up Mount Baldy? And by the way, I'm wearing thermal underwear. But I know that no matter what, the temperature's up there. I'm not ready for that, am I? TMI? Yeah, I heard you. You think I can't hear you up here? I'll just let you know that. Is that you, Valerie? Yeah. It's really fun being up here. Careful what you say to the minister, right? The thing about this philosophy, it's the study of Science of Mind, is the study of first cause. In the beginning. In the beginning. There is a beginning in every moment. In the beginning. First cause. Spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of all creation. Do you feel that? In the beginning. The thing that really resonated for me in this philosophy was in the beginning was first cause. That I could create a new first cause in the beginning, every moment. That I am not bound by precedent. Principle is not bound by precedent. So every moment is in the beginning. Every moment. And that I don't have to, it doesn't matter what happened in the past, that I can do a new beginning. But I have to be conscious and mindful about a few things. 2, in the beginning. Otherwise, I'm in it again. Here we are creating this amazing community, two coming together as one, which we were always one. And I don't mean just because we were amazing, Seal Beach and Namaste. I mean because we're one with every community on the planet. If we want to continue to create this a beloved community, we have to pay attention to what we say, what we speak, what we think. It's not about bypass. It's about the opportunity that what we do matters. What we say, the power of the word. In the beginning there was God. In the beginning there was the Word. In every creation story, which is so interesting to me, there's some really common elements to the thousands of creation stories that are also thousands of years old. One, first of all, there are two kinds of myths. Creation story is a myth. It's an explanatory myth. The other kind of myth is an adventure. We're both in an adventure, and we're going to do some splaining right now. The creation story is an explanatory myth. The creation stories, every one of them, seek to answer certain questions about how did this happen? How did we come to be? It asks, why suffering? How does the universe work? Not necessarily literally, but the mysteries of the world, including the universe. It seeks to answer those questions. Why do bad things happen to good people? Which is the big question a lot of folks ask. Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do things happen as they do? What is good? What is evil? Is there such a thing? Does everything happen for a reason? By the way, I don't know the answer to that. Sometimes I say yes, and sometimes I say, oh, hell no. I can't explain this. Cause and effect. How does that work? I think also consequence. In every creation story, there seems to be some consequence that we did something wrong. Like we were thrown down here as the creation, not just us, but animals, plants, everything. We did something wrong, and therefore separation happened. Does anybody know what we did wrong? Can someone explain that one to me? Right? Wait, hold on to that. Let's just go with that. Because there are common elements in a story, which I'm going to get into, which one is birth. There's always a birth in creation story. There's a mother and a father that have both male and female aspects. It was never designed that male is all male and female is all female. There's both. We construct a lot, don't we? There's a supreme being that nobody knows, by the way. And we wonder, what in the world are they doing over there? How did this happen, right? There's an above and a below, or an above or below. And that supreme being lives in the above or the below. Some cultures believe human and animals lived together peaceably until the separation happened. And that's a lot of them. And that it's our fault we're living separately. We did something. That sin was the cause or consequence, and it happened due to some kind of error that was innate to humans. Of course, we didn't do it. We didn't create this, right? We've just created the mess since then. Or is it? Humans and animals are inferior to this deity. Don't you feel like you're screwed already? Right? You kind of wonder why. And then in some faiths, women are inferior, and the creation story demonstrates that. Yeah, the apple. Right? And therefore you will be punished your entire existence as females. That's my fave. Gee, I wonder why. Most stories tell the creation story from chaos, that there's this idea that there was chaos, and chaos is the same as a void. Now, what's interesting about the creation story is over and over what happens for us as we in the beginning. In the beginning, we have this moment, something happens, we do something, we blame ourselves, we blame others, we create a story, somebody's inferior, somebody's superior. I did something wrong, I've sinned, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy. That creation story that's been created over and over, thousands of them, tell the story of our own journey of where we think we are inherently wrong. There are some creation stories, though, that don't tell that story. Most of us in this room grew up with a creation story that said, we are inherently wrong. How difficult is it to transcend that story? Well, we can, but we can't if we don't know how to use the things given to us. If we try to do it on our own. Because if I don't, here's the other thing, I have to do it on my own. That's my fave. Do it on your own, and if you did it on your own, then you were okay. But the point is that we don't do it on our own. We do nothing on our own. When Melissa was singing the sacred song and it was thanking for our families, I just spent a week with my family. My youngest brother had open heart surgery, emergency, and I'm in this experience with this amazing family that I was born with. I mean, I swear there could be a nuclear explosion and they will walk out alive. But the day-to-day stuff will kill us, man. Serious. And I was thinking about this, and what I just said, we say in our family, so I know I'm not giving up anything that's private. What's really amazing about it is this movement has taught me to have great compassion. I'm feeling teary this week because I have some family members that are truly, truly struggling in ways that I know 10 years ago, I would have been all up in their stuff. No. No. In the beginning. In the beginning, great love, great compassion. Because that's the thing. Love is the antidote. And so what we know in the first principle of science of mind is that there is an absolute intelligence, one absolute and self-existent cause. We are what we believe we are. Anton Chekhov. We are what we believe. You are what I believe. That's no different. And if I think somehow, if I'm inherently wrong and I think that, then that's true. Over and over and over, because that's what plays out in life. If I think you're wrong, do you think I contribute to your own life, your own journey? Rev Juanita, what do you think? Rev Juanita, she walks up to folks and what is it you say? I try to treat people like I know their story. How much more compassion is that? Right? Wisdom. That's the thing. I'm living my story, you're living your story. And how do you want to change the world? F&M Bank? Let's tell them what we want. What do we need? We're not here to fight. We're here to change the world a little bit at a time. Just a little bit at a time. And here's the thing. We are part of this self-existent cause, which means we have power. Everything we say has power. Everything we think and believe has power. You want to have the most amazing healing power? We have to think about each other in a different way. We have to think about ourselves in a different way. We have to imagine that we're here doing our best. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. This philosophy teaches that what we speak of, which is what we really believe, what I truly believe, I can say 1,000,000 affirmations, nothing happens until it's what I believe. What I really believe, when I speak what I really believe, it happens. And I have demonstrated that 1,000 times in my life. without a doubt. And I know that what I speak of someone else supports them in the truth of who they are. Period. No exceptions. The ideas of our ideas come from what we believe. If we believe that we can create the community that will change the world, and it doesn't have to be anything more than just outside these walls, in Seal Beach, in Long Beach, F&M Bank, it doesn't matter. We must speak our word as what we want to create. We also understand that I need to inform people when I'm hurt so that I don't use these tools and hurt others. Because I can hurt others using this. So it's really important to know the power of the tools that we have, because those tools can be used, as Ernest Holmes, the founder, would say, they can be used in a way that creates pain. There's a neuroscientist in our movement, and one of the things he says, the sources of our belief include environment, events, knowledge, past experience, visualization. One of the biggest misconceptions people often harbor is that belief is a static intellectual concept. Nothing can be further from the truth. Beliefs are choices. The challenge is, and I'm going to go a little further, just in case you were wondering why it's so difficult to change beliefs. Bruce Lipton, he's a neuroscience, sheds light on the mechanism underlying healing at a cellular level. He emphasizes that love is the most healing emotion and placebo effect, and it counts for a substantial percentage of any drug's action. What you believe is how it works. If you believe something won't work, it won't. It's amazing, right? According to him, as adults, we still believe in and act our lives out based on information we absorbed as children. And the good news is we can do something about the tape our subconscious mind is playing. Now, the thing about human beings is, and you may not know this, but we are the most fearful of all animals. And yet we're a predator. Explain that one. We have the most fear the way our brains were designed. We are designed to survive. So everything is a tiger when we get scared. You're a tiger when I'm scared. Everything is a tiger. So unless we recognize and study, and for those of you that are wondering whether you should take the class at the end of the month, please sign up on your way out. Spiritual practice and principles are the way in which we learn how to take that tiger and reduce it down to the kitty cat that most of the time it is. So instead of fighting it, we pet it. If we're the most fearful of all creation, we have more fears than any other creature. We fear, what do we fear most? What our mind thinks. Not what's at the door, we fear what we think. And if we keep that inside, if we keep that up here and we don't share it, we don't get it out, it stays there and its power gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And we, which was the beginning of this, we become in bondage. That's where the bondage lies, is how powerful those thoughts become. We create our experience along with each other. We can change our lives by changing what we believe. We're on this journey. Now, all the things that you think about what you've done in life or what's happened in your life, John and Matt, are you ready? I'm going to close with this. This is from the movie Wonder. How many of you saw that? Yeah, I know. Super good, isn't it? Yeah. Great movie. Go ahead.
Day is really good right
That's
now.
the end.
That is not the way we leave the table. Hey, come on. Talk to me. Sit down. Take that off, please.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It'll be okay.
Why do I have to be so ugly?
You are not ugly, Augie.
You just have to say that because you're my mom.
Oh, because I'm your mom, it doesn't count?
Yeah.
Because I'm your mom, it counts the most, because I know you the most. You are not ugly, and anyone who cares to know you will see that.
They won't even talk to me. It matters that I look different. I try to pretend that it doesn't, but it does.
I know.
Is it always gonna matter?
I don't know. Well, honey, listen. Look at me. We all have marks on our face. I have this wrinkle here from your first surgery, and I have these wrinkles here from your last surgery. This is the map that shows us where we're going. And this is the map that shows us where you've been. And it's never, ever ugly.
What about your gray hair?
That's compliments of your dad, I think.
Okay, Matt. All right. Life is full. But it's all of it, or it's none of it. We have to embrace it all. And that creation story, any part of it that we believe that something about us is wrong or inferior, is a lie. It was just us trying to figure it out. We know better now. That's what we teach here. We teach that here we learn to love ourselves again. In the beginning. And so it is.
People keep on learning. Soldiers keep on warming. World keep on turning. 'Cause it won't be too long. Yeah. Powers keep on lying while your people keep on dying. World keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Yeah. I'm so glad it let me try it all over again. The last time on earth I lived the whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my higher ground. Yeah. Teachers keep on teaching. Preachers keep on preaching. World keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Yeah. Lovers keep on loving. Believers keep on believing. Sleepers just stop sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long, yeah. I'm so glad he let me try it all again, 'cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know now more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my high ground, yeah. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my higher ground, yeah. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my higher ground.
Wow. So we're going to heal up and top Mount Baldy. Is that what we're going to do? It's coming, right? If we could take maybe a deep breath together. Deep inhale. So natural. We take in our breath, we let it out. We receive and we give. If I could please have the ushers come forward. If you'd like to experience a little bit more of this community, greater connection, give a little bit more. Your attention, your time, your money. I'm going to read the first part, and then if we can read the last part together. Let me start. We rise together as love for ourselves and our community. We rise as acts of service, generosity, and the expression of our unique talents. We embody boundless potential and the unfolding possibilities of this beloved community. And together, as a committed whole, we give this gift today, honoring our evolving potential and our investment in the potential of each other. That's good. If I could have our practitioners please stand. Please look around you. These are licensed practitioners. They've studied, they've been trained in prayer, and they're here for you today. If you need a little extra care, they'll be right here at the end of a service, but they're available to you all the time. If I could please have our practitioners carry out the candle. As Pam takes the candle out, we're going to carry out into the world what we learned today. We are what we believe. One more breath, please. Reverend Bobbi, can I have you lead us in our benediction, please?
Keith, I'm not going to go to Mount Baldy anymore.
I want to now.
I know he does.
I do.
So if I could have everyone rise today, if you're able. So really grateful you could join us here today. This month proves to be really interesting. The class, if you're going to sign up for the class, you want to get this book, this thing called You. I think there are a few copies back there. Don't forget to get them soon. The second thing that we're going to do beginning in February is we're going to be studying 15 commitments of conscious leadership, which is really conscious living. So that's going to be our book starting in February. We've got lots of amazing things planned for this year, so we really invite you to participate and change your thinking and change your life, right? That's what we do. So in gratitude, I just get to kind of, well, play with this one over here. She's a lot of fun. Thanks for stepping in this month. I'm so grateful for all those. And by the way, if you didn't sign up for fellowship something, someone will harass you at the door. Guaranteed. I don't know who it is. It's going to be a surprise, but I'm sure somebody will. Please do that so we can continue to support what happens here. So I know something's going on, right? Something's going on. I can feel it. I felt it all day. Will you tell me what's going on right now? Something wonderful is happening through me right now. Definitely something happened over here in the corner, right? What is it?
It is this thing called life.
I felt something in the room. Remember, life's everything. If you've had a full 2024 like I've had, I know it's bigger than that. But I know it is that too. It's all of it. And that's what we get to embrace, is all of it. So where is this thing called life?
Life is in my mind.
Where?
Life is in my body.
And?
Life is all that I am and all that we are.
Oh, good job. Do you believe that? You really do? Yeah. What am I going to do with this thing called life?
I accept it.
And?
I am it.
And?
I share it with all.
Thank you. I feel like you're sharing it with all of us. Don't you? On the freeway is also counts, by the way. In the line at the grocery store when someone walked up with 18 items in the 15-item line, right? Or when you're standing there waiting for someone to help you and someone steps right in front of you. That's also it, too. Right? I forgot where I was at. Oh, yeah. So how am I going to share this thing called life?
Just the way it appears.
And?
Just the way it appears now.
Super good. You're welcome. Now, I've heard that an attitude of gratitude makes the difference, right? I've also heard that whatever I'm grateful amplifies. Now, I'm not sitting here grateful for challenges. I'll tell you what I am really grateful for here after a week of pretty intense challenge, is I'm grateful for the perspective that I grew in. I'm grateful for the love that I saw. I'm grateful for the love that I felt and the compassion I felt when there was a lot of fear in the room. Just a little bit twist, isn't it? Just a little bit different. I'm so grateful for all that unfolds as life. So can you feel that? So I want you just for a moment, just close your eyes and reflect in your own life. What's happened so far? Find something in it that says, oh my goodness, I am growing. I am understanding more of the truth of who I am. I am feeling more of how amazing life is and what a precious gift it is. Can you feel that? Okay. On the count of 3, I want you to express that with the last line on this slide. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, life.
Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. From the top, here we go. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, hey.